Asempa FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumadi no wasogo so a wotie no in studio Onase Skobi, Deputy Regional Youth Organizer NDC Ashanti Region, Sanso and Dennis Miracles Abuaje ono former MCE ewe Kuapem North Municipal Assembly, and the Kuapem North so has been, you know, almost tie set a record because young men and ADMC pa meboa yes I record that's omo mpini yi your friend is saying
obi omo capital
amadokua na MP
obi omo capital south
okay James Charles Bisu yeah Charles Bisu yeah MP omo ya dey say ehon so na MC you know Pablo MC you know
Pablo MC about around
27 the last time my friend was 27 28 yeah and
now John Awebo Pablo Yemo.
So now Utuno, make a yamano. One of us Utuno. Mona Moyanesa, Mona Moyanesa. Maybe Kebiamano, be Kebiamano, Mona.
But Unim, your call off air, no? Your call off air na Minya calls be apparently the National Youth Organizer of the NPP Momentum, no? Serious, so
they will not focus
because Charlie, because Pope and so squad means what frame is Charlie. Yet high and take it time, BB. Near my bed, Pope and so momentum. What grounds new?
But I don't know, MPP move because I don't. They tells you say the political party in the Yenejuma.
Yeah,
in a buying so Yenejuma. So I just say, and if you have a lot of young people, you know, putting themselves into the politics of the day. I think it's a very good sign. Because Pope, I don't know if you know, he's a very, honestly, very calm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, very calm.
Did he ever work with Chronicle?
I won't be able to tell. But he's a very calm, calm, you know, person. It is so far, with himself, like you're saying, Pope Diaba, Salam.
Yeah.
Diaba.
He's a Pope.
Fantastic guy. Salam, fantastic guy.
Pope, the constituency.
Fantastic. And the national elections. The national elections.
That was okay.
I don't know. Okay. National elections. National elections. But remember when Salam Akasa one of these days.
Okay.
In his capacity as a former national youth organizer.
Yeah, deputy youth organizer.
He's a very fine.
I mean, that contest will be one to watch next year, hopefully. Sir, at the end in Yenru.
Almost the time I'm more appointed, that.
Oh, that's a gift to warrior
contest. So contested. She only mastered the courage to go back.
If your warrior contest be near
the gift to worry.
Yeah.
Youth organizer.
Contesting national youth organizer.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
The election I brought in.
Contested.
Oh, okay. Because in that election, it will be an enemy a pious and Hajide. Pious contested. Honest Same.
Yeah. That was in Kumasi.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we are very. No, was it Kumasi?
Yeah, they did the election in Kumasi.
Sami election was in Kumasi. Yeah. Oh, okay. Not Tamale, the other. Who came out of Tamale?
Sami was Tamale.
Sami was Tamale.
Yeah. So then,
Tamale, Kabo Kumasi.
Yeah, then Kabo
Kumasi. Sami was Tamale. Yes. Sami was Tamale.
I feel because Gifty was a year. I was a year after Gifty came to
UST. Oh, okay.
But I mean, student politics together. She was with Spartan. So I mean,
one of our superstars. Oh, Gifty wife.
Okay.
Oh yeah, one of our superstars.
So on the war NSS, so National Service Secretariat.
Yeah, one of our superstars.
Oh, okay.
Great, fantastic.
Of Eastern region, right?
Eastern region.
Oh, okay.
No, Eastern region.
Yeah, of Eastern.
But the next first Sunyane.
Eastern region.
No.
Eastern region.
Because I knew her to have
Eastern region.
Okay. I'm told, sir, Michael Osei Boateng, a regional organizer, a Hafo region.
Pope in Pope.
Only
Pope.
Only Pope.
Oh, he's the Pope.
Yeah, only Pope.
Michael Osei Boateng, a Hafo regional organizer.
Pope.
Okay. Michael Osei Boateng, akwa abanete saying. Hello? Okay. I'm told, sir, he wants to join us on the phone. Inti ebe say yenyana. Na yeah, they no action.
Discussion. We then can discussion whenever a topic I can be discussing. Ah, me topic yes about discussing. Obi, It's on my topic here. I take a different twist. I'm here. MVP show. What
But anyways, as we wrap up any other business,
the business. I think the court was Supreme Court. And none of the say contempt activity.
Yes, it's there.
It is the outcome.
I was all saying, as I was so mercy brutal. This court is where show at this stage say Omuni. They will not tolerate any one can say I
don't go much.
Of course.
There's one issue I'm saying disabuse your mind of, especially with any young man people before. Let me tell you, Koyopon Koma, Ninkasa, saying this person case in the court. Yes, sir. You're much one cassa. Any deal.
Asempa FM
MPP at the Echo 8-month marathon in 2013. It to me a course minor is so kid the quiz beer. We crumple dear a year attending for Supreme Court for I sent recording 42 days and I'm but then non so no a ma yen fa and non so no the expediency for that trial no in deny certain you see litigation court of me a lawyer. In fact, I have never dreamt to be even a lawyer, in spite of me, my godmother Betty, a future my Betty Mood, a future with 2 men into calling me. I could say I should try taking up that. I have never had interest
in becoming a lawyer
because I've always said, why is it that the thing is black? But you have two sides. People, I mean, I give you off black, blue black. You see, well, in actual fact, it was black. But surprisingly, between you, Obia or Demfi Finia, Yankupon, we are seeing as you were a judge. Now, or see the big many will be Mumuya. Now, ya queer any different judges, so yeah, or see there will be sharing. I say, men so many who know different side. Okay, near from Costro. Yeah, they are Costro, and also don't. A bassana, me, and you may be son, and I'm a commanding incident too. They make us sing and say, nip the year and Utina NDC, Yura Mahama, a dear semi echo court. I yearn choosy your friend saying, Oyini. I had feared the Befa SMDB and the question DB. Mukoya, I must say, and court. Na yako kota bo pese mo sade mo yensa atu yachi e de aba e friends ahoma bom na mo boy asoto sa bo aso yes masa obi enye yi ono ma edi yanim no e yakukudam omuni memra emra no so do mo amosuan lawyer enche we lawyer si munim say a procedure it's an art. And the best strategy often will win. You need to also convince the bench. And you know, and I mean, sure, the bench and also no opportunity to also learn. And you know, the two sides will debate. Now you realize because all debates now, we should now put you up for an answer where you know we are actually. And the strategy be a yura chachu, and then a dom, and a better one or say MPP for any abari in your botre. No more thing as me sure says Supreme Court for and you'll be our first or court hall. But in no, see they be dear some no, Nadia Butoye wedding. No be enco say, O Kamikasaboa, a shame me, and Nutina, Aquacofa, Nisiaba. Me,
Asempa FM.
Like I said, in fact, the Ankayu Church Katai in Puno Crank, and Ukra Beboa, and my dear Nakuano one. It's saying, Ansanko de Yema me Adokui, a better box in the mono. Nanka when ya beforehand. Answers to some of the questions of Krana. Until now, you're able to decipher which question is relevant and which is not relevant to cross-examine on. And we don't care the written questions here, nanka responses aba, nanka to be so because either way, we better not the questions never there. You know, she never chachu. So nya jina edu jinem na so started so the questions dey ba. Or kwan bi a ofa you end up soliciting or squeezing that answer from you without you even knowing so and I think say at that point Supreme Court judges no en jina no say bi na so enye sunt consider emma no say or pay those answers no. It's best way say the process na sha see a aircon man nkosa do munja so mo boy NDC so they say the empesa de no ebeko na 8 months okra na etumi atena na nye 2 months and you into me then enter. Let's go through every single because one and also beboa to guide the future which na be no so no na baba be adisuande bi hunu aide ato so the be when you are prosecuting cases of such nature now you be who the modalities and ekwan you say dey ya the trust so the course no for me so baby so what are my expectations and I say look I like the beauty of the argument anya hwekra no the court of public opinion no so no will be there yenya ya hwe process no the argument the be echo the hwe the nsem kan a onu nyina ye den eka ye I know say the judges will rule based on either technicalities, law, or whatever. But what I do know is say, you know, so be who they call ye. Now, yes, we a tree hopeful going forward. And you know, once again, the democracy of this country, you grow no, and we should choose that one over. For the first time, I think I sense some anger in the tone of Kojo Ponkroma. When I name baby I will feel bad. Now I say he was so aggressive and interview now. And then he didn't come. We need to go. The one that chance sambo the voice be united. Me I say a bufu bi wo ne kasa yenim. Na I just don't know the other actually the bufu say you were to kata. I go file we na what's all the feel say or ye consider biama yura akufuado. E mani to be money mine. I mean, he has been sworn in, just like I said, for pro interim president. Or a president. For the time being. So also he's been sworn in. Yes, as an interim. Until the court decides otherwise. For the time being, no, that's how we are seeing it. It's in the arena say, court to cut on to us. I mean, this is not the first time. Life goes on. Court to cut on to us. Be done so. So in the interim, maybe. In the interim, rather, more assembly good. You're assembly good. I mean, say they're so untrustful. Yeah, they're so untrustful. So in the interim, you will call it for a rerun. Of course. So it's a rerun, no better than KT. David, a rerun. I saw better than the rerun. And they are calling election president to and of course, what someone you confused? I know the rerun. They meant you activate rerun. Mama, you confused. They meant you activate a rerun. He will lose. Why? He will lose. There's no election here. You better organize it. Send it here. Say, are you going to cover with me? A bit me winning. It's no. Okay. Your friends, among course, no more dear. Omumbu omai no say they show monsa no na momumfa omuntu bi omonnioma momumfa blame ko na we are not the cause of it enunti na ye bibia wo emra kwam mu. Okay, that's it. Okay, Onassis mamintie miracles na yenhwemfa miracles. Yes, any other business? I don't know why Onassis picking up on Kojo, because Kojo put the already okay na enye Kojo nkwa na kasa say we judges no crack eye say expediting the case is crucial. And as a country, you know, you see BB free 2013 petition. And it's in our after that petition, you share that shemra election petition. And their judges and lawyers can say Embrano was developed around a structure, a bit to me, election petitions in 10 no mind wedding. 2013, the end was the very first president and into to me use were no as a measure. It was based on side experience, and our court on mine and say developers are new Embrana egg guide a crime first one election petitions. I think so what the NDC and their team don't need to do is to just conform to the new law. And yet 2013 petition this as same way. Yeah, Shemra, the guide this election petition way. And description of Kododuma Chachuchikata and Opedio, spot on. Say about a fishing expedition. What's our fishing?
to ade no tun so ni ma mo fɛ ne as hook a line
yeah
to tun so ni ma unim the ever befa you are hoping say
e be chenam
but untumi for being court for allegation into no so na wo court could do the anymore so what start say wo pay assembly dey wo na den isi so I think that's a description, the best description we can give to what Chachuchikata was trying to do. Because you see, what the appeal na court, what the petition na court, in a way it states specifically near ma or a hawa or shishe. And it's a whole banner say, it's interrogatory near a lawyer's crano. Ya tepe him say a numukasa interrogation. Mewa. It is a whole banner also person will be some questions. Questions should be connected to what petition now the day, what the buyer no. Or start to say will be some questions for fra emphasis now the abano. The judges will stop you. And utie the judges in the canon now. Oman said there is anything wrong with filing for an interrogatory motion and abibisa. Almost say questions now will be sanity. And you're connected to what seminar they are bringing. And nothing about electoral commission lawyers in the car say, come here, yes, I won't one seminar the buy and answer answer. Into what say up a coin for Frobi the BS everything. Clearly. Because anopay their course no they are mimitie kojo ye pa they are all Kenyans anopay ye ba no na ya share that from the first sitting say na ye ba be case management che say ene no ye be fa wo petition na de ba ye no na ya fa response electoral commission ene nana danko kufa do de ba no na ya cross it out we am di moya ba we okay na say no enya asem bia bi we no mo de anu moya ba we okay de bi we de answer no mo de ba ye no me okay nti ye nkipi nti nkena no ke be wie no na court ni mi say in someone kasa aka
you decided
on any possible be a response in we okay
yeah
na assembly cry anyhow and wo ba no pa no wo send the assembly for so answer na be ko sa case management ni so no me was ansemfo edu mienu ya me say me bisa na ka mama me ho kwan na ka me bisa na judges na spend the time no pani nyina ko na mo ba na musi odabi questions na dia ba na ya hwem na mum o site 2013 na BC any problem na we adwen na mo questions na we bisa we die and you connected to one sem na o de dey o de buy ntin ke be ya yen koso na yen ye case management no ni yen tumi to case no so o se da bi mo ma me kwan na me san committee na me san bra eno ena ma obi a o hwe bibia e ka say ase wa hye da yiwe ni ato se o pese o ye dey u delay on my ni na time because eno pay wo ba no unya sure on say sa request motion me na be file no kwa no it will be granted in the first place. You cannot be sure because I feel na oba apply. Enti no say obaye enanka u file sa motion no nka court no bogu ya. Na just say the substantive agenda for the day no which is the case management in the nkese koso. But over be do na ka just so case management no so unya ready there. Na just say wo unya ready since the first hearing up until now unya prepared to say oh, Papa raise issues, no. And no, and I'm many kojo ya adwin say, as we speak now, it looks as if saying this illegal team no, I'm not sure of issues come person can wasem. Because Obi, one other was some baba dime court. And na emboya den aba. Until ukra den ka ukra na say udi calculate to me in some way say the issues I say we raise here be dey. You be can wasem. Na eba ne say na respondent ni mo to me ready. Now who mo a complaint ni buy no. When you ready we say am on Thursday. Meno ka say we matisa o ma say ko file another
yeah o ma file another application where a request to inspect documents.
Yes, o ma say is it connected to the case management issue that omutie na chira no
so we know will be heard before the case management
but the amitie kodwomo ne lawyers and judges o mo kan say wo de mate questions are baby sana de nya because crowd the say questions no the fact say o ma grant motion you grant just muntu bi bisa questions
yeah
na mum almost say wo de yan case management ne ye be plan e ko ye be fa so ye be di nsem na yesa na ye hu asem poten afi de ye ka ho asem
yeah
enti adenti na mo fa sa issues ne mba na mo nyina mo ne court ne nyina ne respondents nyina nyuntum say asem a ye wo ho nsem a ye den ye be kani na fe efri ho no wo nsem bi na de ye den wo de abeso so na ma ye den mato aso aka I think that's what everybody is sort of but I'm telling you say yeah, ya shek chatuti kata cases eti ni nyina wenye unusual. Ne style ani, ne strategy ani, technicalities ne hunyame ne ma ne gymnastics ne ade 94 bonds man no mboje ne so sanema and no any. See, and some no court into can no he no I careful. Oh, why no I can no at yes. Would you nurses with you? No I can. No at yes, no video. I bet you come out. I say, yes, best use. Probably near there. It's, you know, all kind of to break. But I think it's fundamental, you know. They are unnecessary and they say the case cannot be left in perpetuity. Say,
so now it's 42 days. Yes. Everything will happen within 42 days.
Exactly. And see, the fact said 2013 called 8 months and they are not say, but you know, you say 42 days. 42 days, no, SED. Court, no, I am a shadow.
Yeah.
On my own calendar. Okay, so you know, I can't respond to the own case. On my own calendar. And if the judges in the opinion feel say in some be out to shame, especially around the time now, my dream no, and yet relevant. And yet relevant. Omon can say we are and yet the papa Nemo and yet relevant there. Not just a wood delay. And I think say as I say, in as much as on besomo train and I see to try and nice on. Omontias say, as I to me and 1042 no benya no wenya, unyanswa, near who say winya. Many of Mocrats are confident. Many now come up with say we may in 20 days. Come made in 42 days. Then I was thinking.
Now they can't see.
Oh, there be some more delay, more delay. Into Obi, maybe I don't think say we should be a say yeah I am hoping say China. Omokwa. Omo irrespective of the Ombeki nyina issues there. At least some achieve one substantive agenda for the day.
Yeah.
Now mo dey near for frack because they say apart from motion on file court bogu ye. Sanka omo prepare. Sanka you better my case management.
Case management. I agree on the issue.
Yes, not just say achieve BB. Echina oba. Now they assemble for us about
the case management. The trial begins.
Yes,
the
but
trial itself.
Yeah, but what BB? What? That's not trial starting. As I know, just along the line, what BB out to be fine.
Because see, the fresh application I will canon. Almost a request to inspect document. Take notice that the petitioner in this action requires first respondent, in this case the EC, to within 3 days of the service of this notice produce the following document for inspection by the petitioner or his counsel, and to permit petitioner or his counsel to take copies of same. The documents the inspection of which is required are 1. The originals of the constituency presidential election result, coalition forms, that's Form 9, for all constituencies in Ghana. That should be pink sheet, no, right? Yeah. That's not Nobia will be an
Obi. How many cases? Obi, how many cases? I think I'm going for your original. I think I'm going for a package. How many cases? I think I want to check case.
In the more original. Okay. Number 2, the originals of the constituency presidential election results summary sheets, Form 10, for all constituencies in Ghana. Number 3, the originals of the regional presidential election result coalition forms, Form 11, for all regions in Ghana. Number 4, the originals of the regional presidential election result summary sheet, Form 12, for all regions in Ghana. Number 5, the original of the declaration of the presidential results form, Form 13. Number 6, the record of the alleged update to the purported declaration of presidential election result on 9 December 2020 of the result of 4 constituencies in the Greater Accra region. Dated in Accra on this 18th day of January 2021, in the end round, Omochro sign a and then I had to say, Oma file, Tony Lither, and the signature was what they did. Into what it means, they say, Nyame Aduma or China. If the court should take notice of this request, the court would have to decide on this and sana case management, no akoso.
Go to court.
We are.
And we know the amu one you duplicate, but I'm for original.
When I could you kaya no na se kase.
You bisa the money.
Obiti.
Then you bisa the money.
Obi, so okay sir. We know as I say we cry now say na be ko wo dey awoba.
Then you
interestingly, in 2013, there was a similar application from, I think, the NPP.
NPP, of course.
The court ruled.
Yeah.
No, court now far more.
No,
they didn't give it to them. No,
They
The
inspected
EC
it.
brought it,
I'm
but
about
to
later
give-
time I'm mobile case.
They inspected it.
No,
But I
what
think-
says?
Maybe-
Tell
maybe
easy
let
for
me
other
check
present
this.
your
Maybe I'll check
case,
it.
no.
Yeah.
Tell mom present your mom case. No, nobody on document by.
Yeah.
Now one knows me real idea. What's the real idea? I've heard the old evidence of real idea. So far,
granted interrogatories.
How the man
Between 2013, 9-member panel granted interrogatories. Today, what are we seeing?
No, but you
Oh, of
and then
course,
on
of
you.
course.
No, but
is
Obi, you correct no. And then Oman Kase interrogate no more find it.
Enya
And
de
you.
papa. Almost way no enya relevant
No,
to
no
the
questions
pleadings.
irrelevant. It's not granted. The questions were relevant. More questions no not irrelevant.
Yeah, they will pronounce on this one as well.
Oh, when from now we case I
Okay, there is this
I
writer. Onassis, when an American, almost say, basically during the 2013 election petition, the NPP applied to the Supreme Court to order the EC to release to the party copies of the EC's pink sheet and coalition sheet in the 2012 elections. The EC had earlier refused a request made to it by the NPP. The EC told them to to go to hell, repeating in court its argument that the petitioners already had the duplicate and added that the application is not necessary. It is oppressive, an abuse of the process of the court, and that it is not made in good faith. The Supreme Court unanimously told the NPP to get lost in a decision read by Adinyera JSC. In the decision in the decision in the court. The result collation forms and the declaration forms, pink sheet, hereinafter document, are public records in the official custody of the second respondent. That is the EC. The petitioners, as well as the first and third respondent, that's JDM and the NDC, like all other political parties and independent candidates that contested the presidential elections, were given duplicate copies of the said document through their representatives at the polling and collation centers and the so-called strong room of the Electoral Commission in accordance with the provisions of CI 75. It is our thinking, and this is the Supreme Court speaking, it is our thinking that where a party is already in possession of a copy of a document mentioned in another party's pleadings, it is unnecessary to apply or for the court to make an order for inspection and making copies of the document in question. By virtue of the Evidence Act 1975, NRCD 323, Section 166, the duplicate copies of these documents are admissible to the same extent as the originals in the custody of the second respondent. It's interesting how this will play out. Because this is the Supreme Court.
When you find a fishing expedition,
It doesn't matter.
when you find a fishing expedition,
Don't forget.
fishing expedition.
Don't forget to ask you speak in crowd.
No, but again, the only court what the power to depart from on one decision the Supreme Court.
Fishing expedition. Someone can say, "Could you go for?" Men can say, "Go for." How you say, "Who case no journey about court?" Nothing
Let's wait for
about
the
case.
decision of the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
It's
it's true.
If they hear
It's true.
that case,
It's
you
true.
can
No, but the ruling of the court in 2013 was interesting. It continues, for example, to say that this court affirms the right of all persons to information as expressed in Article 21(1)(f) of the Constitution 1992. This right to information implies a right to access public documents. However, it seems to us that the reliance on Article 21(1)(f) in support of this application is rather lame, and we MPP for applications almost per document. For it is undisputed that the petitioners are in possession of duplicates of the said document handed over to them and the other presidential candidate by the officers and or agent of the second respondent, who is the official custodian of the originals after the collation of the election result at polling and collation centers and the strong room of the Electoral Commission. In the circumstances, we hold that the petitioners are sufficiently and well informed about the election result, which had enabled them to mount this petition on grounds of malpractices in 4,709 polling stations based on the content of these duplicate documents in their possession. The affidavit in support of the application does not disclose any need for the inspection and making photocopies of the originals of the document. A refusal to grant this application would therefore not infringe their right to information under said Article 21(1)(f). Indeed, it will be interesting how the court will rule tomorrow
relative
to this particular application.
You have a situation where you see a declaration now political party agent, a certain political party agent, credit card, NDC were not around. You have a situation where you see the returning officer, the declaration. No? Now we had no NDC agent. John Mohammed.
What does the law say?
But CI 147 can
then can.
So you see, so that's what I'm saying.
No, then I'm running. The question is that
you can do
the fact that we agents didn't want to interest to us. So I just hear the son I'm running. I'm running say
agent
in
when you are not giving the person opportunity.
When I'm waiting,
you are told journalists
at
this particular area a declaration now declaration that general media the only time the media got to know was when the media no and none the declaration
can you imagine?
Can you give the sequence when they gave the time? Say we did that 24 hours now if you don't release in their release they say they will communicate to the media when they are set. The next moment, I was listening to Joy FM say a packer, a report. At that time, no media.
It's not a declaration. That's why.
So here they will be. Before that, there was no sign say there was going to be a declaration because not set up never honor. They didn't look the event say ready. In less than 1 hour. You see, that's why people were saying the whole thing was not even live. We had no plan notice.
Sanyama we na NDC 4 years. Yes. And na omoko quarter, omo followers ninya broken heart. What better radio so na oma wo NDC 4 no air dream say there has been something illegal and untoward when it comes to declaration of a resource at a certain police station and a coalition center and I say even at the National Coalition Center, NDC phone you want to untoward. What's a specific question? What does the law say? Mrana nkasa agent ni wa yentumi mbobo. Na the agent ni bufu na akasa okofi ya nti enyi na cat na ho. Mrana nkasa. Enti uko obekeka nsem sei. Eche wo followers. Na say uko court. Na fe followers hu say asem na okache o mo nti mo kokuru mu no. It's not grounded in law. Na fe do my disappointed. The fact that you people decide to leave a polling station or a coalition center no, doesn't mean that the process will halt and wait for you. The fact that you didn't sign a certain form doesn't mean that declaration sheet doesn't mean that the process will halt and wait for you. At the MPP say yes, your regions be unsigned. We also have some polling stations we didn't sign. Similarly, they also have some polling stations and some other constituencies they didn't sign. Other regions they didn't sign. The BNM Bremo actually say MPP agent in new polling station wanna say bobo and say nebufu. That's what kasa one sign here. Ye jai China. One sign here. Process no. Ebe to aso. Say that make another answer. It is a now what here. Now say what the isi court say omo wi awa. E ye wona akwakoye no ma mienu. De di kan. O kwa kire court say minya 1,000 no omo wi mu 200. Now fe isi for that babeka say the oka no ye no kre. Onya 800 no ehu esu nyina so ye dey enie now they afei the upper court say o owia me unya say no we ni kan chan because any petition nim afei they say ono fa the onu kura na original so ye den e declare na na hu yan ka ba na hu so owia o we dey law we a common sense we yan law
the pleading
we yan law a common sense and who document ni there if you haven't seen their document how others do them come as
is that part of no is that part of our pleadings
no obi o say I don't see here we are I can't pleadings no
I can pleadings
I can't say o say ma na dey for a certain percentage and I won't a certain percentage, but that's not correct. Yes, vote pardon. You mentioned it.
No, but what I mean is that it was mainly about the declaration.
No. Vote pardon.
Declaration, reliefs, no. And the reliefs, no, and
the differences in the vote for
you have accused
the 9th 9th December and the 10th December.
Oh, no. You have accused the Electoral Commission in your petition.
By in the pleading.
Yes, you have accused them. Some of your vote pardon. I'm a number of vote or move to some movie. I'm crying. Abum. Question say. So what's the way we are? And you want to corner. I'm telling you, that's what you have in your petition.
We stated.
No, but you see, I feel over court. And I was no. I feel over court. And I was no for the document here. Now share document. Oh, question. Only the time we resist issue. Yes. I feel now we the document. Now question answer. Oh, we discuss issues in our court. And the one now say, oh, go discuss issues. No, mo kona mo kwache saman so na what ko phrase for say omo form nyina so yeden embra at this point court na say bra na discuss issues baby a wo fi say say ye twe homan so no bra na beka wo say there be mo man twentwe no so ansa mo ma me omo man for me document ma me na me hwe that means wo ni nyina wo ni case o afa na wo nam pe case afa na wo nam say wo hwehwe ne ma omo wo na say wo bibi wo ma wo de aba court abe discuss issues. That is the point we are making. We are saying say oh nyina so na say wo man so bitwia ma yen kasa yen ka o man so no ho asem na afa ye wie ne ya settle na afa de dim say sansam miensa we e na ye twe so man so a na afa wo bibi opesa wo di o yisi for yisi me de nie won so fa de mbra na mom sisi ya ne ye se bra na be che issues apesa ye twe man so se mon twe ye no so ansa yisi for mo fa mo document ma na me hwe mu ansa. That means that o twe mo document no na wa hwe mu ansa what me the issues aba into be the court
mama na say Miracles, Dennis Abuaje, and Moten and Kano.
Me boys be abaso.
Okay.
John Peter Nyako, Oyedimo Boss.
Okay.
He's been adjudged the best performing staff. Boss. The corporate affairs with the communications department. And Ivan Sarkodie, and so adjudged the best in excellent service delivery our Ghana Airport Company.
Oh, okay.
I'm not from Ranty or bomb home.
Oh, okay.
And I think that they deserve some commendations. And Bakai Oko for India and also airborne home.
Oh, okay.
Salah Mustafa Nkola Ogrumio Munibino. Ebomina Baso, John Peter and Ivan Sarkodie. I'm very proud of them. Very, very, very proud of them.
Mate. Ekosiisen Swini.